All right, so with me now is Nancy Hory, who I met at a slumber bed race in Brunswick, Maine. And her claim to fame is many different areas of community engagement, involvement, and a military background. And to me, the coolest thing about the relationship is the day she asked me to come to a McDonald's for a grand opening. And because it was so important, so different, and I wanted to know why. They're all cookie cutters, at least at that point to me, they seem the same. But Nancy said, no, this is different. And it turns out that it's the Goble family that owns a group of these restaurants. Steve Goble was one of the first 10 franchisee owners, and his son Taylor was in the process of taking over when we met. So Nancy, welcome. And tell me, why Goble family? Why this particular segment of a fast food place to eat? What do they do?
Because they are Goble family. Because when you go into these restaurants, you're treated like family. It's the people that have a history with you, that you meet, that you get to know, and it's not just any other restaurant. They become your friends.
And Cook's Corner in particular was a veterans hangout. That was the place that when the Navy base was active, it was their space. And then things changed, as they always do. And with that change, you still had veterans being there. And that was why you brought me to the grand reopening, remodeling of this particular place. And the stories and the veterans that still gather there. I mean, that touched me when you see their continuity from the past. And then you mentioned a couple of managers. And today's manager, is it Christie?
Christie Owens.
Yeah.
And Amy Swayze.
And Amy Swayze. And then the Veterans Plaza became a reality. And we're coming up right now on the dedication of it. What's the connection here?
Well, the connection is that Goble moved into the community, all aspects of it, when the Navy base closed, but the link to their customers, to the past, they wanted to support the veterans. They want to support the community in all endeavors, and this became a most logical place for them. The veterans that gather for coffee in the morning at their restaurants or have lunch, and the little benefits they do for them with, free things on Veterans Day. They cared about the veterans, and the veterans feel at home there. And so it just seemed like a logical place for them to put their interest. They care about the veterans, and I knew that it would be good for both of them.
Yeah, and that's so obvious in everything they do, in my interactions, the stories I've written over the years and published. The crier got recognized by the American Legion. And your friend Dave Watson was instrumental in making that happen, because we also care about that community. But it's also not just the past, it's looking to the future. And when you look at the next generation of managers that work with Taylor and for Taylor, it's the touchless ordering process, early adopters of environmental awareness, of a time before COVID. The world has been divided pre-COVID, post-COVID. That pre-COVID world, they were one of the first to put in the mobile order and pay. And today, the only way you can go through a store is drive-through, and they've added the word contactless so that you could literally do all of those things. So to me, it's sitting at a crossroads in a town that has a college, a very forward-thinking college, a youthful population that looks to fast and easy food, as we all do when we need a moment of care. But the drive-through, the mobile apps, to me, as early adopters, they've done so much with that as well. So it's pretty exciting to recognize that they're not all the same.
They are not, and they have been innovative in that. We trained at another store, a bigger store, before the kiosks came in, and it was a little struggle at first for the older folks to adjust to the idea of that. They were not happy with the automated, but it didn't take long for them to figure out that this was just the way it is. And the store made it so easy for them. The employees would come out and help, and as they learned. So it became easy as well. They realized they weren't going to lose that communication with Amy or Christy or whoever brought their coffee in the morning. It would still be there. And that was their only concern. They just want that relationship.
Nice. And you don't work for them. They don't pay you. You're the ambassador, which is how you introduced yourself to me when we went to that. And it's obvious why. And I really thank you for sharing this with us. Very much appreciated.
Thank you very much. I do enjoy them. I'm a good little ambassador for McDonald's. I eat there way too often, and I just like the people and what they do, what they represent, how they treat each other.
Global family of restaurants. Very well done. Thank you.
Thank you.